A team ban.
Alright guys, we're right back into a game 2 of this best of 3 between Operation Kino and Team Banana, also known as Play for Fun. Thank you so much for joining me. This is game 2 of a best of 3. I'm Sindar, bringing you your English coverage here in the Kings of Dota League qualifiers, round 2 for season 3. And if you missed the first game, it was a bit of a barn burner. Operation Kino, with a lot of pick-off potential, took over the game in the early laning stage thanks to a stellar aggressive tri-lane. And really didn't look back. Team Banana, with the later game plan, big teamfight ultimates, but they really couldn't utilize them well. And as a result, it is 1-0 for Kino. So, can Play for Fun bring it back game 2? I'm interested to see what they choose to ban. Well, the Slardar will be the first choice for ban. So not wanting to deal with that again, no surprise, as Grit played that incredibly well. And the fact that he was able to shut down the Morphling that hard, with the support of his supports, obviously, Neko and B2K playing that very well. But it did mean that the one hope that Play for Fun did have into the late game with that farming Morphling really was slowed down. He didn't get his items online until way too late. And Play for Fun, they go for a first pick Invoker now, so maybe a comfort pick for them. Was nerfed very, very slightly, but still a great hero. Still has a lot of power, and of course after 6.86, which was one of the longest patches in Dota, people got very, very familiar with that particular hero, and you know, it's just comfortable. They know what they're doing on it. They know how to work around it. They've been playing with it for the last few months, so no surprise to see it first pick here. And Operation Kino, what do they want to go for here? They can play more pick-off style Dota, as it obviously worked out really well for them last game, or they can switch it up, you know, maybe go for some early push themselves. They ban with the... Okay, Mirana first pick, so obviously highly valuing that hero, and I don't blame them. I mean, we saw them run at support last game to great effect. She got that farm, she helped with those early kills, and the hero's just flexible. I mean, this is what you like to see out of a first pick. The hero can be run off lane potentially, although we haven't seen a whole lot of that. It can be run mid with the sort of blink eggs build. It can be run safe lane for like a right-click core. It can be run in the support role, so it really doesn't reveal anything about your draft. The second pick, Nature's Prophet, similar. A hero who can be laned basically anywhere, including the jungle. And Play for Fun, off of this opener, they really don't know what they're getting in for. They don't know what kind of draft Operation Kino planning to run. It could be push, it could be late game split push, it could be pick off. So many options, and the Nature's Prophet able to TP to lanes. You know, Mirana hits a good arrow, he can come in, secure the kill with the Sprout. So nice, solid dual opener, and I mean, I think Mirana gonna be one of the heroes this patch almost certainly, which is nice. It's a hero that takes a decent amount of skill to play well, so I always like when heroes like that are very strong. You know, if a really good Mirana beats you, you don't... It's kind of like playing against a really good Invoker, you know. Even if you die to him, you're like, well, I mean, he played that really, really well. Lion will be the choice from Banana, so maybe taking that away from Nekomitsu, who played it last time on Operation Kino. Maybe just wanting it for themselves, as it is a very stable hero all around.
Radiant team ban.
The Bounty Hunter ban from Kino, interesting choice. I mean, you've got a Sunstrike, potentially. I'm assuming the Invoker's Quas Exhort. So, you've got the slow initial Janata hit from the Bounty Hunter, followed up by Lion stuns, followed up by a Sunstrike. That could be a good kill on
Dire team ban.
And, okay. Play for Fun, they'll ban out the Zeus. Interesting. I'm not sure, I mean, maybe Kino loved the hero, but it seems odd to me to pick a Zeus up into an Invoker. That's a rough lane for the Zeus. He is vulnerable to ganks. There's a lot of control coming out from a Quas Exhort Invoker, and Zeus, not a high level of armor early on, very slow move speed, can be really punished by that, so not sure why they're worried about playing it, but I mean, you've already got a Prophet, right? You've also got Moonlight Shadow, so maybe just worried about a potential global plan coming out from Operation Kino. You've got the Zeus ultimate to scout out, then Moonlight Shadow to initiate the Nature's Prophet to TP in. So not a bad choice. And the Juggernaut will be the next ban. So realizing that Kino liked to play that sort of early to mid-game centric lineup like we saw last game. The Juggernaut, a great core hero for that kind of lineup.
Remaining.
Comes online early, nice against the Invoker because you can just spin to
5
avoid all of his
seconds
spells.
remaining.
Same with Lion, so really solid ban. And Kino will take out the Phantom Lancer.
Reserve
They
time.
just have single target right now, so no surprise there. And I feel like this next pick from Kino is going to show us a little bit more about what they plan to do with this draft. Taking their time on it, digging into the reserves a little bit.
Ember Spirit.
Ember Spirit, okay.
Radiant
so late
team
game
pick.
secured. A hero who can deal with Invoker quite well in lane thanks to the Flame Guard. Protects him from some of that magical damage. Not the strongest laner though. And definitely gankable before that level 6 comes online. And even after level 6, they've got some nice control for him with the Lion.
5 seconds remaining.
So, but I mean, a great hero
Reserve
for Kino's kind of play. It's a hero that can be very aggressive in the early game with that kind of double peak, right? He gets that 10-15 minute mark, gets his maybe phase drums, can really do a lot with spells. And so can help Kino win the early game. And then can just sit back and farm and secure them late game as well. And, well, play for fun, they'll go back for the Void. And they've already got a couple nice combo heroes with it. You can dump the Finger into the Chrono, you can dump the Sunstrike. And a great way of locking down and controlling the Ember Spirit.
Remaining.
So really wanting to make sure that if they catch him out, they can punish him.
5
not let him just remnant away. And they definitely have the burst damage to deal with him if he gets caught out, so.
Reserve time.
Might be a little bit of a rough game to play Ember.
Shadow
Demon. So the classic
Radiant
support combo, the Mirana Shadow Demon roaming duo. And this is scary. The Disrupt into Arrow is almost guaranteed every time. Invoker can maybe block it with his Forge Spirits, but Faceless Void, very vulnerable. Lion,
10 seconds
completely
remaining.
vulnerable. And the thing is with the Void, I mean, he can time walk away, but
5
if he gets hit by a
seconds
5-second arrow that's on top of a Soul Catcher, they can
Reserve
probably burst
time.
him down before that stun even comes off, so time walk not going to help you there. And I think Shadow Demon, just in general, a really underrated support hero. That ultimate has been buffed and buffed time and time again. The Purge now, a 5-second duration on a 50-second cooldown. He can get potential 3 charges with his Aghanims if you ever guessed that stage. And against mobile heroes like the Invoker, you can purge off Alacrity. You can cause all kinds of problems for play for fun here. I just generally think the hero is underutilized.
10 seconds
so
remaining.
we'll have to see what he can do here.
Skywrath Mage.
And, okay, Skywrath. So yet
Dire
more
team
counters for
back.
the Ember. Play for fun. They're going all in on making sure the Ember Spirit has a really garbage game. But I don't know. He's a really vulnerable hero in the laning stage. I mean, you've got a Shadow Demon Mirana. The pick-off potential on these
10 seconds remaining.
sort of weak support heroes from Banana is really strong. And
Radiant team ban.
I think Play for Fun are going to have a really weak laning stage, honestly. I think it's going to be really difficult for them to get what they need. And with the roaming ganking power of both the Ember Spirit and the Nature's Prophet, the follow-up potential on any
10 seconds
disrupt
remaining.
into stun is really powerful. The Prophet can TP in,
5
the Ember can
seconds
remnant in
remaining.
once it gets to 6. I'm a little nervous for Play for Fun here. They really need to go for,
Radiant team pick.
I think, a stable, safe laner who doesn't need a lot of babysitting is going to be the choice here. Someone who can survive the ganks. Sven's banned out. A Gyrocopter vulnerable to the Shadow Demon and Mirana combo, obviously.
10 seconds remaining.
Juggernaut already out of the picture. They could have really used
5
that here now,
seconds
actually.
remaining.
Too bad they banned it. And a Spectre.
Dire
Okay.
team
No. Okay. So here's the thing. If the game does go late, Play for Fun have this. But, well, they go back for the Cloud Wind Ranger. Kino have so much early pressure. I have to favor their lineup. If they dominate the early game, if they shut down the Spectre, then they're just going to get pick-off after pick-off. They're going to snowball like crazy. And Banana's not going to have a chance to get back into this game. So it's all going to be down to the movement from QuickTime and NCK protecting their cores, not letting the Shadow Demon and Mirana combo get off those early kills. And if that doesn't work out, if Kino get off to a good start early and don't feed, then I think they've got full control of this game. It's going to be really tricky for Play for Fun. But, well, we're into it. Just got to switch up. There we go. Shout out to our advertisers, our sponsors.
Prepare
Go to 2
for
Best
battle.
Yellow. Thanks for sponsoring the tournament, guys. Sorry I didn't have your ads up in Game 1. My bad. And we're off, guys. Game 2, best of 3 here. Can Banana play for fun? You know, either way. Can they get themselves back into this with a win, or are they going to be taken out 2-0 by the very impressive-looking Operation Kino, who once again go for their signature 5-man smoke into the enemy jungle at level 1. Oh. Treant scouting through, looking for heroes that they can catch. NCK staying nice and close to his tier 2 tower. I mean, this is the thing, if you're Kino. Like, if you do this play every single game, then teams are going to know to avoid it. And 50 gold down the drain, beginning of the game. Who are they going to
30
catch,
seconds
if
to
anyone?
battle.
It looks like Radiant grouping up for the top rune, but if they find the Spectre here... Oh, this would be a huge kill if they can find it onto Miggy. He's pinging. He's worried that they're there. Staying nice and far back. So well played from Banana. They'll avoid the gank. They're not going to get caught out. That'll be the end of it.
The battle
So it will
begins.
be Grit on the offlane interest profit.
Every
Cloud
coin
taking
helps.
the mid-wind ranger yet again. So it'll be a safe lane Ember Spirit for Shafreak. And that leaves Nekumitsu on the support Shadow Demon. And B2K reprising his role on the Mirana. On the Radiant side, we've got CU on the mid-invoker. He'll be supported by NCK on the Skywrath. QuickTime on the Lion. That'll leave Niki carrying on the Spectre. And on the offlane will be Mag4 on this Faceless Void. So a little more stable. No aggressive tri-lane this game. And that should help a little bit as the Spectre is going to need to come online early. I wouldn't mind him see him go for the fighting Spectre build. If he goes for a Radiance, unless they have a really great start, I feel like he's going to come online too late. And OPK will be able to take advantage. And I do like that OPK, they do have the late game a little more secured than last game. Last game, they didn't really have that hard carry super late. And it didn't matter because they were able to win early, but as this rotation is spotted out by a Radiant Ward nicely placed, so they shouldn't be able to get a pick onto Mag4. Not even going to ward up either, so he'll get the pull off. He's doing quite well for himself. He's finding his XP. Pressure 2 head. Bot lane the Spectre. This free farming. There we go. That's better. And we'll have a bit of a disconnect. So mid lane, it'll be Cloud against CU. And so far, the Invoker having slightly the better time of it. But Cloud not really going to be dying in this lane, which is the nice thing. Invoker can't really solo kill him unless Cloud really misplays. And you've got a lot of rotating potential onto CU. If Cloud finds a shackle shot, I mean, I imagine he's going to be maxing that again. That seems to be his build. Then that's more than enough time for an arrow to come in from the Rana. And reconnect. Looks like we're going to be good to go. Wait. All right. So Grit, he should play a little bit careful in this lane. He can always rotate back to jungle if necessary. He doesn't need to play greedy. If he doesn't feel safe in lane, he can just bail. But it is a really risky lane to fight into. You've got the Spectral Dagger, the control from the Lion, the slow from the Skywrath, as well as the nuke damage. So if he's caught out, they can take care of him pretty quickly. So he's going to have to play very defensively. Does he have any Ward vision. He does not. So he's going to be relying on his treants to scout out the rotations for him. Doesn't have eyes on NCK right now. So. Alright, looks like we're finally good to go again. Anytime, boys. Sec. Alright. We're waiting some more. Alright, here we go. Back underway. Finally.
With me.
Well, using his treants to just harass NCK back is actually taking a lot of damage to these little guys. And we'll be able to... Looks like he's planning on pulling the camp. So, should be able to get his XP in this lane just to avoid these on the Radiant off lane. As far as safe lane carries, very, very even. Free farming Ember, free farming Spectre. Mid lane, very close as well. So far, a very static laning stage. These supports on the Dar side, they need a couple levels to really get their rotation on. They want their boots. So not going to see anything right away just yet. Should be a bit of a more passive early start, which I think does favor Banana. As they do have the heroes, the better late game, they do have the heroes that need the space, they need the levels. They really want a 6 on Lion as early as possible. A 6 on the Skywrath would be nice as well. B2K going for rotation into the mid lane, but once again spotted by that really nice Radiant Ward. So the Invoker will just back off under tower, should be safe. And B2K looking for it. But not going to find anything, I think. Unless he can maybe find a courier snipe. But, I mean, the nice thing about this ward is it'll see if he backs off. So the fact that he's not left yet. Arrow coming out. Just going for a creep, I guess. So that was completely the wrong angle to find CU. Just finds himself some gold. There's an Invis rune. That could be pretty big. Is he going to save it for his core? Or take it for himself? He's looking to regen up. The rune is scouted, so they know it's an Invis. Will be Neko taking it.
Invisibility.
But this is all spotted out by the vision, so CU should be safe here. I don't think, unless he plays a little too far forward, he should have seen the Shadow Demon pick up the rune. Yeah, he's playing nice and safe. He still wants those last hits. They're pinging him. If he gets a little too greedy, he seems they've left. Disruption, it's in range. Can he get it? Away, drops his item. Oh no!
Attack.
Oh no! Oh, it's just a carry fire. Not the biggest deal. Now the disruption is there. Shackle will connect, and Lion's here. Can he get the follow-up? Cloud actually keeping very, very low. And Banana will protect their core. So ends up being no kill drawn. Cloud and CU just back off, heal back up. Nice rotation from the Lion, protecting the Invoker, but. I mean, he's got to play so safe. And because he's been sort of pressured, he's starting to fall behind in the CS department. Oh, Lion steals the regeneration. We'll get it canceled. But Cloud9 going to be a little peeved about that. He really love to grab that. It looks like P2K and Neko sticking around for a bit. They really want to pressure this Invoker. This Ember, completely uncontested. He can go toe-to-toe with Nag4, no problem. So doesn't really need the help. Still your CS leader at 28. And I'm really kind of curious as to what build he's going to go. I think that is going to sort of give us an indication of what OPK want to do with this game. If he goes for that more early aggression phase into drums, into potentially... Yeah, phase into drums. Then you're going to see a lot more early ganking and rotations. But if he goes for the boots of travel, more passive play, a little more late-game focused. So there's a rotation on Neko, but will snap as well as the silence. Will control him up, bring him very, very low. If you have another nuke, then he gets him to the high ground. And disruption on a quick time. Neko will survive it. Cloud rotates through with the shackle. Who are they going to find here? First blood does go the way of Banana. They clean up the Shadow Demon. They will lose the line in exchange, and they will also lose the Skywrath. So it ends up, even though they do give up first blood, they take out actually 3. The Void goes down top solo to the Ember. Nice pick from Jafreak. So I mean, they do get first blood, but ends up not being worth it, as around the rest of the map, they do lose 3 heroes. OPK start off with a bang. Spectre, though, still free farming. He is not been pressured. He's going to the Vanguard build, which I like here. Knows that he's going to need to be fighting early. Mag 4 still doesn't have Chrono yet, so December very safe. He does have his 6. Hasn't put down a remnant. Be a nice D-ward. Okay, that's a big deal. The Invoker relying on that ward to keep himself safe from the rotations from the supports. The fact that they find the D-ward, it's going to be a lot harder for him to feel safe in lane. It's going to slow him down yet further. He's now sitting about 10 CS behind the Wind Ranger, who is 1-0-1. And B2K going to stack up the
Radiant's
Ancients, it looks
bottom
like.
tower is under attack.
I guess for the Ember? He's really the only one who's going to do them, but that's a long ways off. Ember's not going to be taking out any stats anytime soon. Just a little retirement fund for him, saving up for the late game. Now 3 heroes. The supports have rotated back down to bottom. Support Nikki anticipating potentially a rotation, and they're right, as HK is here. The perch, the disruption, the soul catcher connects. Nikki could be in trouble here, as he does eat an arrow. Will be brought down. Counterstone is there for quick time, but it's not enough to save his core. Now, the Sprout, not quite there from Grit. He looks for it, but doesn't find it. But, I mean, that's the kill they needed. The Spectre was free farming. They don't want that. And they come down, interrupt him. A nice pick. And, I mean, this is the weakness of the laning supports. Oh, top lane, Chronosphere onto Jafreak, but he's got the remnant away. Chrono wasted. Meg 4 not able to get the solo pick there. Now mid lane, Sunstrike coming out, will not clean up Cloud just yet, but the nuke from Skywrath will. The Lion finishes it off, and now Grit in trouble, hexed up, forced to retreat as he's out of mana. Maybe controlled and brought down here, but they did find the approach. Now on forward.
Radiant's middle tower is under
The
attack.
slow, looks like it won't be needed. A haste, is this enough to save Grit? He does get it. Is he going to get out of this? I don't think it's
Radiant's
enough.
bottom
I think
tower
this
is under
Arcane Orb,
attack.
is it going to be enough to bring him down? The slow? Oh, he's running. He's running. He's outrunning the Arcane Orb. He's going to get back to base before it hits him. Oh, Grit, you lucky little bitch. Oh, that... He would have been dead for sure without that haste. But as it is, gets back to Fountain before the Arcane Orb hits, saving his life. Ember low, forced to retreat back. Just going to TP out. He's got to
Dire's
we'll
top
be back
tower
in no time.
is under attack.
Now they've rotated the Invoker to the bot lane for now. Spectre's taking over mid. Maybe a little more protected there. I'm not so sure about that though. There's top lane. Night 4. Maybe getting rotated on, but they do have some nice vision. We'll skip B2K's moves. Won't get caught out. And the Radiant vision game has been on point so far this game. They've scouted a lot of the rotations. And this kill score would be a lot worse if they didn't have that. So they've been very well placed so far. Have to see if they can keep it up. Invoker working on his Midas, almost has it, 50 gold short. So decent timing for him. And Nigi, despite the one death, he's now up to 1100 gold. We'll have that Vanguard now if he wants it. Courier flying out to the shop. That'll, yeah, so Vanguard done for your Spectre. That'll make him a lot more tanky, a lot harder to bring down. TP in from the top, looking for the Courier. Does he find it? Oh, not quite. Now he's going to turn on to Quick Time, who is controlled up by the Shackle. Arrow will latch as well. And DK trying to get out. Chrono's there. As well as the slow, but the Sunstrike will bring down Grit. And the rest of them get out. Looks like they will be able to. B2K still has a lead. The gold snap, but he does get onto the high ground. But Nigi with the double damage room chases him down with the dagger. And the rotation from OPK ends up getting turned on them as Banana find 2 big kills. It's almost 1,000 gold swing. Really nicely played from them. The instant rotation from the Void with that
Radiant's
Chronosphere,
top tower
setting
is
things
under
up.
attack.
Of course, this means that Jafreak is relatively free to go here. Now the TP in from Grit, looking for the Skywrath range. Doesn't quite have the range. They'll just translate this into a tower push.
All things fall.
And quick time NCK, I'm not sure they can defend this
Radiant's
on their own.
top tower is under attack.
Meanwhile, mid lane, Shackle onto CU. Is the damage enough? Power shot, there is mana for it, does go for it. Will bring him down one last right click. Cloud barely gets it. Now he's full snapped under the tower though. Maybe ping with his life. But he finds the kill first, gets that XP. And nicely played from the Invoker to get the turnaround with the Forge Spirits, but does lose his life in exchange. Now Japrika looks like it will be the Boots of Travel build coming out from him as he almost has it already. Nicely timed for him. He's farming very well. Take a look at the net worth. It is the Wind Ranger and the Ember out in front, so once again, early game slightly
Dire's
favoring
middle
the
tower
Cades.
is
Not
under
nearly as
attack.
bad as it was last time. Looking at only about a 2k gold lead, 2k experience lead.